The board of 14 agencies exempted from Tinubu's dissolution order, the full list. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's directive to dissolve the apex decision-making organs of the establishments falls within the ambit of his constitutional powers and the public interest, a statement said. Now, the boards of at least 14 agencies pulled through Monday's sweeping shakeup, aborting the tenure of the top hierarchies in the Nigerian government agencies, parastatals, institutions, and state-owned companies. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's directive to dissolve the apex decision-making organs of the establishments falls within the ambit of his constitutional powers and the public interest, said the government in a statement on Monday night. Now, the rages continues a chain of leadership changes in major government institutions since the president assumed powers barely 3 weeks ago. Now, Godwin Emefiele, the former Central Bank of Nigeria's governor, was asked to vacate his seat on the 9th of May to allow the government to start a probe into the operations of the Apex Bank under his watch. Now, the State Security Service has since detained Mr. Godwin Emefiele. Moving on now, Mr. Folashodu Shonibu, the bank's deputy governor overseeing the operations directorate, has been the acting CBN governor in this stand. Now, on Thursday, Abdulrasheed Bawa, the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crime Commissions, was suspended later, presenting himself to the secret police for questioning. Now, President Tinubu will temporarily handle issues that ordinarily members of the dissolved board were duty-bound to treat until new boards are in place, the statement said. Such matters will reach the President via the permanent secretaries of their respective supervisory ministries and offices, the statement added. Now, the dissolution does not, however, affect boards, commissions, and councils listed in the third schedule, Part 1, Section 153I of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended. Now, according to Premium Times, a list presented of the identified boards, commissions, and councils featuring the third schedule, Part 1, Section 153I of the Nigerian 1999 Constitution, as amended, and they include Code of Conduct Bureau, the Council of State, the Federal Character Commission, the Federal Civil Service Commission, the Federal Judicial Service Commission, the Independent National Electoral Commission, the Nigerian Defense Council, the National Economic Council, the National Judicial Council, the National Population Council, the National Security Council, the Police Service Commission, and the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation, and Fiscal Commission. And notwithstanding, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has dissolved the boards of all federal government parastatals, agencies, institutions, and government-owned companies his office had announced. Now, the dissolution does not, however, affect Board of Commissions and Council listed in the third schedule, Part 1, Section 153(1) of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended. Now, the full read of the statement below. Now, the Office of the Secretary of the Government of the Federation, Press and Public Relations Department released a press information, and the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the dissolution of boards of federal government parastatals, agencies, institutions, and government-owned companies. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has approved the immediate dissolution of the government boards of all federal government parastatals, agencies, institutions, and government-owned companies in the exercise of his constitutional powers and in the public interest. Now, the dissolution does not, however, affect boards of commission, like we earlier said, involved in the third party. Now, in view to this development and until such a time, new boards are constituted, the chief executive officers of the parastatals, agencies, institutions, and government-owned companies are directed to refer matters requiring the attention of their boards to the President through the permanent secretaries of their respective supervisory ministries and offices. Now, permanent secretaries are also directed to route such correspondence to Mr. President through the office of a secretary to the government of the Federation. Consequently, all ministries, departments, and agencies are to ensure compliance to the provision of this directive, which took effect from Friday, 16th of June 2023. Now, permanent secretaries are particularly directed to inform the chief executive officers of the affected agencies under the supervision of their respective ministries' offices for immediate compliance. And this was signed by Mr. Willie Bassi, the Director of Information for the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. So all those new changes got Nigerians reacting, and some Nigerians were not finding it funny that the president has actually, to them, the president has actually been doing other things that are less important than facing what is actually important to the country. I see no reason why he should dissolve the board of government parastatals. This is not the pressing need of Nigerians at this point. Should I say all this is politically inclined, as him coming in and changing the whole setting to fit into his own, because he feels that the people who were there before would not want to work with him? I overheard the list of people he dissolved. I overheard the list of people being dissolved, and I feel like that is not the problem of Nigeria at this point. We need to focus on our problems and not removing people from jobs. I can't really understand if someone posted Tinubu as best father on Father's Day. Okay. Moving up ahead. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu dissolves board of government parastatals, agencies, and companies. Does he not think he owes Nigerians a reasonable explanation for all of this? Because I feel him dissolving these parastatals, he should have a reasons for dissolving them, and I'm yet to understand why. Okay, he avoided commission and councils in the third schedule. Why? Why is he avoiding those ones, or does he have family members there? I see no reason why all this are involved. He has actually taken down the INA, he has actually taken down the EFCC chairman and the CBN governor. I think he should stop at that and start attending to Nigerians' issues. The fact that it is within his constitutional powers to do some certain things does not make him take unnecessary decisions without the decisions of Nigerians being heard. Probably they should raise a pool in Nigeria where people will begin to drop their opinions, and rather than government officials taking decisions by themselves, because it is now becoming alarming the way people lose their jobs just because a particular government does not find them worthy of working with them. I'm just literally sorry for these people who are working now, because they are going to be going through the fire and the storm at the same time. I just hope they have the grace to bear the tragedy that would happen. Okay, that's all.